Hello and welcome back. My name is Kim O'Neill of KimO'NeillCoaching.com, where I help spiritually curious professionals who feel unfulfilled to cultivate the courage, confidence, and clarity to be able to shine their authentic light so they can move forward in ways that are meaningful for them. And that looks like everything from supporting you and preparing for job interviews, podcast interviews, or simply feeling greater inner peace, authentic alignment, and self-confidence in your everyday life, at work or at home, because this is your life and our world benefits from you embodying who you authentically are. And today we're going to talk about committing to new actions at the end of a coaching session. Now, you might first be thinking committing to new actions. Well, of course, right? Taking action. How many millions of times have we all heard how good that is, how important taking action in your life is? Nothing changes if nothing changes, right? And taking action is a big, big piece of that. And there are things that come before taking action, but I really want to speak specifically to committing to new actions at the end of a coaching session, because the coaching session could be viewed as all those things that come before you take action, right? So I've spoken about this before on the Every Day is a New Day show about you first have the vision, right? What is it that you desire to take place, to shift, to transform in your life, to manifest? Have that vision first. And then the mindset. What's the mindset that's really going to support you in creating that, right? How would you put that vision into a context, a sentence of words to really describe and articulate what it is that you are moving towards, that you're creating in your life? And then next, what does that feel like? Tap into the energy of that. That's all that before stuff. And we could look at the coaching session as all of those steps combined, really getting clear on what's that vision, what's your mindset, how does it feel? And we do all that talking and some of that inner work in the session. And then you are a human being who is in a co-creative partnership with the universe. And that comes through carrying out all the internal work that you did into the physical, real world through your physical action. So when we start small, I often say, well, hey, action can start as small as, just writing things down. So script out that same vision, that mindset that you're going to use, how things are going to feel, script it out on a piece of paper. That can be an action. But then you want to go beyond that, right? What's that first step? What's the next step? How are you going to carry things forward into the world beyond just your little bubble of the world? And so I really want to highlight the importance of committing to those new actions at the end of a coaching session, because that's how you get to take everything that was awesome about the coaching session to the next level as you see things further evolve and shift in your life. So just a few things here that we're gonna talk about and address. Why is it important to commit to new actions at the end of a coaching session? This is going to be very obvious to some of you, and for others, it's just going to deepen that awareness so you understand the role that you play, the powerful being that you are in creating positive transformation in your life. So the first reason why it's important to commit to new actions at the end of a coaching session is, number one, the very obvious reason: accountability. You may come up with what those new actions are going to be at the end of a coaching session. Oh, I'm going to make a phone call over here. Oh, I'm going to research this topic that's important to me. Oh, I'm going to finally take that first step, and I'm going to, whatever it may be, I'm going to file some paperwork. I'm going to, make some changes within a room in your house to support you in being able to put yourself on camera, or to be able to have a more peaceful environment for self-care and self-love, things of that sort, right? So I'm just giving some examples. You may already know what those are, but it's that committing to it at the end of a session that is really important. So number one is accountability. You commit to the new action so that your You're claiming and identifying this is important to you. You are going to do this, and that your coach can help you be accountable. But it's also a way for you to be accountable to yourself. So this isn't any sort of punishment system. Some people's minds might go to that place. So I just want to acknowledge it. This isn't, what are you committing to so that I can make sure you do it? Now, some coaches may have that approach. That is not my approach. My approach is so that you can be accountable to yourself, because this is about you learning about how powerful of a being you are. And so when you say to yourself, you know what, this is that next step for me, and I'm going to choose to take that next step further into this new highest version of who you are aligning with, the highest version of who you are. By choosing to then not only voice this action, but doing it, and you commit to it through you setting that intention and committing to the action. So it's a way for you to honor your commitments to yourself, because that helps you build self-trust. So, okay, that was a long-winded way of really acknowledging the accountability piece, but accountability is very important. Your coach helps you be accountable to yourself, but it's ultimately for you to say, hey, wait a second. You know what? If I want to have greater trust and stronger commitments with others and other situations out in the world, then how can you first be giving that to yourself? And it's by being bold enough to commit to new actions, and then take those actions and being accountable to yourself by having taken them. So, okay, that was number one, accountability. Number two, why is it important to commit to new actions at the end of a coaching session? Because you paid. You paid for your own results. You paid for your results. Your action is required as part of that. Right? So there are some coaches out there that if you don't do exactly what they say, I mean, they flat out say, that's it, I'm done. I'm not working with you anymore. I'm not like that, or at least not yet. Because this is about you building that self-trust with you and learning to honor and really stand in your own power. And so, hey, you spent this money on coaching, and we want to maximize the results you get. Just like your relationship with, the universe, being in co-creation with the universe, coaching is a co-creative partnership. And that's what happens with you and I when we work together. So by you choosing to say, look, this, I'm choosing to pay here, you know that you're worth paying for coaching and learning how to create the transformation that you seek in your life. Choosing to make inner shifts that are then going to be reflected in outer shifts. Everything is baby steps. A lot of times with clients, it's like, I want to do coaching, but I'm not quite sure. And so it's kind of like, dipping your toe in and then kind of stepping back and then finally saying, okay, I'm choosing to be all in. And we get going in the coaching sessions and you realize, oh my goodness, this is so much better and so much easier now because I have a coach. Coaching is helping me so much make these shifts that felt so scary and so hard. And they're so much easier now because I have a coach helping me. So you made that first step over from, I don't know if I can do this, to I'm choosing to see that it's possible and I can afford this. I can do this work. And I can be ready for this change in my life. And so you move through that first hurdle of getting into a new rhythm and a new flow, and enjoying your life in new and bigger ways as certain fears and anxieties release and you are aligning with energy that makes it all so much easier because it's what's truly natural and authentic for you. And then sometimes that committing to new physical actions beyond what you've already taken action on, taking things to that next level, that kind of get to that space where it's like, oh, it's uncomfortable again, right? It's just that next level. And you already know what that's like because you already said yes to coaching. And you already stepped into now showing up for the coaching sessions, showing up for yourself, doing that inner work and that inner shifting during the sessions, between the sessions, and then committing to those additional next step actions. And just like it was at the beginning, not quite sure, and then you choose to have that courage. You choose to take a stand for you, to take action on your own worth, and you realize things are easier because you chose to do that. It's the same thing with when you choose to commit to actions at the end of a coaching session and then carry those actions out between the sessions during your week. You pay for these results. One of the best ways you can honor yourself is make sure that you are maximizing the coaching and what you can get out of it. And that is carried through the actions you take at the end of a coaching session. So it's because you paid for the results and you're worth it and you want to really maximize it. And number 3, the last reason I have of why it is important for you to commit to new actions at the end of a coaching session, we kind of sort of surfaced around this, but because it's empowering. It's empowering for you to see that you get to choose what to act on. And then for you to see the connection between what felt right when you chose that action. I'm going to choose to do this action. And then when you actually did it. And then when you see the results that you receive. And when you look back at all of that and you realize, oh my goodness, that was all you. That was all me. As your coach, I facilitated the process. I guided you there. I helped you be accountable to yourself. But you were the one who did it. It's not about other people doing it for you. And so that's a really huge piece. And I want to make sure that you get that. And so that's why it's so important, so important that you commit to new actions at the end of your coaching sessions so that you can feel that deeper sense of feeling empowered, embodying a deeper sense of your own inner strength and what you have the capacity to shift and create and grow in your own life for yourself. So if that hit home for you, take a deep breath and just let that sink in. Those actions are for you. They are for you. And so as your coach, I'm here to support you on that journey and kind of metaphorically, hold your hand along the way. But it's your job to commit to those actions at the end of a coaching session and then actually do them between the coaching sessions. So if you found value in this video, please let me know down below. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you're taking away. It's awesome if you could give it a thumbs up, share it with someone else that you know may benefit from the video. And if you'd like to take this further, then I do absolutely want to remind you to connect with me over at KimO'NeillCoaching.com. Book a one-on-one free coffee chat coaching consultation session. I have a variety of services from single coaching sessions to coaching packages, as well as guided meditation sessions that are pretty awesome and a fantastic way to ease into coaching if that is something that is new for you, and other stuff. So check it out. Go to KimO'NeillCoaching.com. O'Neill is O'Neill, and book a free one-on-one coffee chat coaching consultation session. I'd love to connect with you and see how I can support you on your journey forward. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.